So Linda has a question about exporting portrait-sized videos. Even though she chooses crop to fit, and even though she has, I think she says the portrait setting, project settings, she still gets a 16:9 feel. So let's cover that. Okay, let's start by changing the project settings, and we're going to choose portrait mode. And that's good. And then we're going to go into preferences. That's preferences and editing, and look at photo placement, and we're going to choose crop to fit. Crop to fit is going to crop a picture that isn't the same dimensions. Let's drop some various photos and videos onto the timeline. First of all, we'll take what is already a portrait video and drop it down here. And we will go ahead and keep the project settings. All right, so here we have our portrait mode photo, and everything is fine. Now, if you take a landscape and you drop that on the layer, and now you, instead of choosing keep project settings, you chose match to media, what are we going to get? Now, look at this. We have a landscape video. We didn't get the portrait mode. And in fact, if we were to export this now, we would get these black stripes on both sides. That is because whenever you choose to match the media, you're actually changing the project settings. So even though we had changed our setting to portrait, it got changed to a wide screen. And again, if we look into preferences, we still have the crop to fit option, but it's irrelevant because we changed the whole project. So most likely this is where the error is occurring. So let's just drop this one down here again. And this time we're going to say match media again, and that's going to give us the portrait that we were looking for. And now this is a portrait, but it didn't get to be a portrait mode. It's got a black banner on top and bottom, and that's because it already existed on the timeline before we changed the settings. So now we can right click on this and we can say crop to fit. Now we got crop to fit. However, whenever we take a landscape photo and we put it in on the timeline in a portrait mode, it's important to go into the cropping feature and move your frame around. In this case, you might even want to follow the motion, but in any case, make sure that you adjust it so that you have whatever it is that you want focus on centered. So those are the key observations here. You can, when you drop something down there, change the entire project. All right, let's go to the export. When we call up the export, and let's call the project crop to fit, and let's go ahead and export. I think we could see as it was exporting that indeed we're getting a portrait mode video. So let's take a look at it. We'll call up our right here and crop to fit. Here is our little video. And indeed we have a perfectly nice portrait output. So just to wrap it up, make sure that you set up your project settings before you drop media onto the timeline. Go ahead and use the crop to fit option in the preferences. If you drop media onto the timeline that doesn't match, for example, a landscape onto a portrait project, make sure you use the project settings, not the media settings, because that will revert your entire project back. And when you go to export, it should be the proper settings. Just double check your settings before you actually export.